Dear brothers and sisters, this is our first video. This is all about the second chapter of class 12, English matriculation based. The chapter name is Nice Cup of Tea. So we are planning to execute the same chapter. It's going to be a great explanation for the students. I'm going to give a little tips as I am an English teacher. So I'm going to prepare and show to you how a nice cup of tea according to the author is prepared. Now let's get into the video. Before getting into the video, how we are at home using the cylinder. Now look at, this is our cylinder. Each time we turn off this button so that it's for our safety sake. So now I am just turning it on. Once the work is over, this need to be turned off again. So the author says we need to take a pan and place it and add 200 ml of water. I am just making it for 4 people. The tea what I am going to make, it's good enough for 4 people. Now let's just turn on the gas. Okay, and the water needs to be boiled, and when it is boiled, the author says we have to add first the tea powder. Once the tea powder is boiled well, then we may have to add the milk. So the author says tea has to be made in a proper way. The tea that we make, it doesn't give any flavor because we just pour the milk, water and add the tea powder, sugar, and then we take the tea in a different form. Therefore, now I am trying to make the tea preferably said by the author. The author says Indian tea is the best tea. China tea is a quicker stimuli. I mean, it gives the stimulation quickly and it fades away. But the Indian tea is one of the best teas in the world, he says. And also he says the tea has to be served without any addition of sugar, because we need to take the tea without sugar. That is the essential point of the lesson. And he has given certain rules how the tea is supposed to be served. The tea needs to be served in a cylindrical cup. And he is also mentioning the tea should not be strained. Strained means what? In our colloquial English we say filter. So it should not be filtered. So the tea has to be served in a cylindrical cup and it has to be served without addition of sugar. Only then we can get the exact fragrance of the tea leaves as well as the flavor, the tea flavor. And most often we don't like the tea without sugar. It is as though meant only for the diabetic patients. I tell you, the sugarless tea is the best tea according to the author said in Nice Cup of Tea. Students, you may be watching it. You add 2 or 3 more points. Whatever I have shared just now could be a small summary which can carry 5 marks. In addition, you have to mention the rules, the golden rules he says. So that rules has to be written. And write the essay type question with synopsis. Make the synopsis, introduction, body of the message, and then give a small conclusion with moral. That will really cherish your answer. Now the water is almost boiling. So what we need to do? We have to take the tea powder and has to be added. I am adding the tea powder. Maybe it is for only 4 people. I am adding only 2 spoons. Because I take a strong tea, I am adding little more. So once you added the tea powder, just to wait, look at the entire color of the water is changed. Look. The entire color of the water is changed and it has to boil. So look at the boiling speed and the boiling process. It is extracting Extracting means it is taking the essence, the flavor, everything from the tea powder. And naturally, the water color is entirely changed. And it has to come to the honey flavored color. Look at, it's almost the color is changed. Now, as it is boiling, according to the author, has to add 200 ml of milk, which is good for 4 people. Now I'm adding the milk over here. And also the author says the tea should not be just like the tea of Kaldram, which is made in the army sectors. And the tea also should not be too thick, otherwise it will become creamy. Author also mentions the creamy tea will not give taste. The tea has to be watery, as well as we should not also add too much of water. This is good enough for 4 cups. This is good enough for 4 cups. Additionally, the author doesn't say this. Additionally, we always take tea with cardamom. Cardamom means, this is cardamom. In Tamil it is said elakai, elachi. So cardamom I may be adding when it is ready. So dear friends, hereafter my videos will be in relation to the topics of class 12, 11, 10, whatever may be, as well as we will learn a good English. Because nowadays, English is a necessary weapon to create our destiny. It's already said by Vivekananda, rise, awake and create your own destiny. So I am giving little clues which can rise your mindset, awaken your memory power, and you will reach your destiny, that is your future ambition. So whatever English I know, I will be sharing with you. I am a graduate of MA B.Ed and I have completed my studies in Philippines. So I had the greater opportunity given by God to study in abroad. So that's why I am just willing and wishing whatever I know should be enkindled to others. After all, a candle loses nothing by lightening another candle. So this is my first video. You may be thinking he is going on explaining everything in English. But I tell you, learning English is very good. Look at my friends. The tea flavor itself, you can see, the flavor itself in a different posture. So normally when we make tea, we just add water, sugar, milk, everything together, and then boil it. Once it is boiled, we just take and serve it. This is the right process set by the nice cup of tea author. Of course, it's an essay extracted from the essay roots. That's what the author says. He has not written, he has extracted the lesson from one of his essays. So it's really good. Always say the name of the author. Always say the name of the author and then mention when you are writing in essays in class 12. So look, almost it's boiling. And I tell you, once the milk is poured, it should not be boiled too much. If it is boiled too much, naturally the essence will be too much boiled and it will taste in a different way, in a bad manner. So this is enough. 2-3 times, no. Only 2 times once it is coming up, it's enough. Now the tea is ready to be served. And I tell you, I have turned off. It has to remain for maximum 3 to 4 minutes. Once the tea powder is sedimented. Once the tea powder is sedimented means adila powder tea powder la. Once it is sedimented, it has to be shifted to the cup in a clear manner and carefully, so that the tea powder doesn't go with the cup. But actually, the author says the tea should be served. It should not be strained. Now everything is over. I am just giving the flavor to this. I tell you, once the cardamom is boiled, it doesn't taste well. The cardamom taste has to be raw. Once you do it, it will be okay. Now it's ready, my dear friends. Finally, just to give a shake, and just keep it. We will come and look into after 4 minutes. Okay, after 4 minutes, look, the tea is in a good way. Now let us filter it. No, we should not filter it. We have to extract the tea only from there without any shake. So the author preferred cylindrical cup, but I am using this cup to strain it. Look there. Now the tea powder is sedimented and we will get only the tea. Okay. So look, there is no tea powder here. Only the elachi, I mean the cardamom is over there. So this is the best way of taking the tea without adding the sugar. If those who want to add sugar, you may add a little, because without sugar, no one prefers tea. I tell you, tea should be made this way. Try, my dear friends, try at home. Once you try and see how the tea tastes, it will be a perfect form. You will get all the flavor and essence. Once our work is over, as I told you, we need to turn off and keep it. So the cup of tea is ready. Dear friends, if you like my video, kindly subscribe and give your support. Thank you. Anto Rubina.